Welcome to Color Circuit. Sorry if I just blew your ears out. This is the last event for our Improv Marathon. And we're doing something very special for our Improv Marathon. We're doing stand-up, because that makes sense, right? We're actually doing some improvised stand-up tonight. So when I say cut to Kendra, the camera will cut to Kendra. Kendra will hold up a sign with a list of ideas and stuff that we came up beforehand. The stand-ups here tonight have not seen them. They're going to look at their suggestion and they're just going to riff off of it. So get ready for some laughs. Our first, not improviser, our first stand-up of the day runs a lot of really cool open mics in town. And he's my butt buddy. Everybody give it up for Kevin Baca.
Hi, Internet. Does that mean our butts are friends, or what is that? What is a butt buddy? I don't know. Are
you ready for your first?
I believe I am. Put your money where your mouth is. Now, has anybody ever swallowed change when they were a kid? Okay, this is my room because I have done that also. Am I the only person that put pennies on their tongue because it was cold and it felt good whenever it was hot? No. All right. This is definitely my room. I think, is that a very specific New Mexico kind of thing? Is that just something we all do? Or, I don't know. I just remember a lot of pennies and a lot of really interesting bathroom breaks whenever I was like 7 years old. So I was weird stuff. I ate change and pooped fortunes, I guess. That's, yeah. All right. I'll go for the next one. Schadenfreude. That means you want to fuck somebody, right? Like someone? Is that your mom? Your mom? So you want to fuck your mom? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, some people got hot moms, you know? Like, mine's not, I don't want to fuck my mom. I don't find her attractive at all. My dad did, though, so that's good. I'm here, so that's cool. Fought strong and hard to get here because my mom was on birth control, and my dad had a vasectomy. All of this is true. No, it's all true. First, my dad's like, he asked my mom, who you been fucking? And my mom was like, not even you, man, like barely. And then, lo and behold, I was born, and a few years later, they're like, no, that's definitely your kid. Now, if you see pictures of my dad and me, they look like the same person. So I was fucking meant to be here. I was a miracle baby. I also may have eaten a twin in the womb. Next thing. Parting the Red Sea. Oh, I'm very happy that one. I feel bad because this isn't even an improv joke. This is just a joke I've written that happens to have a prompt for me perfectly. Who here has period sex? Pretty much the whole room. That's the way it fucking should be. It really is. I hate whenever dudes are like, ugh. I'm like, to you, sir. Okay? There are so many great things about period sex. One, you know that she is not pregnant. So there we go. That's another month, week. Who knows how long, you know. You never know. Also, it's fun. And basically, I've never been, ever since I was a teenager, never afraid of period sex. Basically, you can call me Moses because I'll part that Red Sea. Next thing. Now that's what I call music. No, it's not. I don't call any of that stuff music. It's whenever they I'm thinking Kids Bop. Now what I call music is where they just do they remaster the now that's what I call music, or is it just the songs that they just put them together? It's like it's a mixtape that nobody asked for. Is that what that is? It's like, here's all the music you can't escape, all right? They're on like 45 right now. They're on Now That's What I Call Music 45. They have a greatest hits album. It's not their greatest hits. It's somebody else's greatest hits. They're like, you know that other person's really popular music that we put on an album? Here's the ones that were really popular for us. God damn. You can buy them off of TV too, which is who still buys anything from TV? Amazon exists. They have drones that drop things off at your house. Anytime someone goes, and my favorite thing is you can find that stuff at Walgreens still. It's like, you saw this on TV. Oh, Walgreens, how I love your weird fidget spinners and your copper socks. They really do have copper socks. Next thing. Plant Parenthood. I recently was the short-lived father of an accidental onion baby. Me and my roommate were trying to start a compost, and so we threw some like old food in there, one of which was an old dirty onion, and it just happened to decide to start growing. A few sprouts, and like this thing it got peed on because you got to pee in your compost bucket. It's just good for the compost. It's not gross. You got to stab it with sticks and all kinds of stuff, and this onion just kept growing. But it made me feel kind of sad, and it was also hilarious at the same time because I had a best friend who actually tried to grow an onion. Like, he spent weeks and weeks and weeks trying to cultivate an onion, and he just couldn't do it. And I was like, I peed on that thing 3 times a week, and it just sprouted right up. Like, I guess you just got to abuse your plant children to be a good plant parent. So there's some rules from Planned Parenthood. Next thing. Last thing. It's the very last thing. All right, this is my last thing, and it's about kosher animals. What beef is kosher, right? Is that a kosher animal? I've never understood, like, what cracks me up about kosher now compared to whenever all of those laws were made, because they were laws. They're religious laws, but laws nonetheless. You know, religion was the police back in the day. And the reason why they told you not to eat pork and shrimp is because it was dirty and gross and you die. We wash things now. Why? I just feel like Jews should be able to eat bacon. Like, I think a lot of them would be a lot happier. And why are so many people angry with each other when is it because they're not allowed to eat the same stuff? Like, are Jews and Muslims and Christians all pissed off at each other because there are so many things they're not supposed to eat and they just really want to eat it and they're mad at each other even though they all can't eat the same thing? How about they all just sit down and have some pork and some shrimp and shake hands and have like a weird religious Thanksgiving? That's where I'm at with that. Just get them together, feed them some bacon, give them some shrimp pops. Call it a day. Cocktail. You know what I mean? All right, guys. I think that's all my time. I've been Kevin Baca. They mentioned some of my shows. If you're in Albuquerque, check us out at Back Alley and Red Door, Monday and Wednesday. Bye.
All right, give it up for Kevin Baca again. I'd riff off of it, but I wasn't listening. So I'm sure it was good. Nothing. Not shitting on you. Okay, so for our next comedian, who do we have next? I should know this. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. The lovely, amazing, and she has a pretty cool podcast that I've been listening to. I didn't tell you that. Great podcast. Angora.
What is up, Color Circuit viewers? I hope you're having a great day. Let's start this. Tonsil hockey. I remember making out in high school and wondering, like, was I ever able to reach my boyfriend's tonsils? You know, is that going to be something that's possible? And then as an adult, it gets worse because, like, tonsil hockey goes from kissing somebody to, like, wondering if you could ever reach your tonsils with, like, a Q-tip or something. Has anybody ever tried to do that? Am I the only person who's done that? I just love to stick things where they don't belong. I think that that's a constant theme that I have going on in my life. People always say that. They're like, don't stick Q-tips in your ears. You know, doctors say that. You're not supposed to do that. And I'm like, I just want to be touched somewhere that I've never been touched before. I'm jaded to the ways of the world. I still have my tonsils. Sometimes I wonder if I should, though, because, like, I watch those gross out videos all the time. Like, you know, the pimple popping videos. And they also have tonsil rock removal videos. Oh, yeah. Those things get big and nasty and smelly, and trust me, I mean, the competitiveness of playing hockey with those would be greatly diminished by the disgustingness of it. But really, it's just food that just packs on in there, isn't it? And in a way, wouldn't it feel good to have something like that released from you? In a way, it's like pooping from a place that you normally don't feel before. You know, it's like, you feel like everything. I think I just want everything outside of my body. I think I want to be desanguinated when I die. Just take everything out of me, okay? I'm just tired. I feel so heavy from all these boogers and earwax and tonsils and blood. Party slug. You know, really, it's not good to just come out and say the word. But I don't know. I'm 34 years old, so I'm pretty much a party slug. Like when I go to parties, I'm like usually the person who just kind of sits in the corner going, "Oh, where is the most comfortable seat?" It used to be like, like, when you're a teenager, you're like, who's the coolest person to hang with? And then you get in your 20s, you're like, who's the hottest guy I can hang with at this party? Now I'm like, where's the most comfortable chair I can sit on in this party? Maybe which bathroom doesn't smell like it's had a deer skinned inside of it. I don't know. I'm the worst. It's just, you show up and you just used to go to parties saying, I hope tonight ends in some kind of romance or some kind of awesome moment. And now I just, hope there's good snacks. I'm like, I hope they have good guacamole. Be good. Scenic route. I said the scenic route. Kids, there used to be a thing called the scenic route. That used to be something that you would go and drive down to see the sights of wherever you, in between 2 points that you were going. Like I moved here from Virginia. And technically I took the scenic route because I had to stop and go to Dollywood. Yes, I had to go to Pigeon Forge because Dollywood is my mecca, so I had to stop there. And I'll tell you something now, but most of the time when you say you're going to go take the scenic route, all I can think of is that person is about to go get murdered. Like, why would you ever take anything but the shortest distance between 2 places unless you wanted to get carjacked or murdered or both? Please don't let me die in my car. I don't know. I don't think that there's anything interesting to see by the side of the road anymore except for a decaying America. That's why there probably is no more scenic routes. It's like it used to be like, oh, look at that. Now it's like, oh, look, that place used to be a Dairy Queen, and now there are 2 junkies shooting up in front of it. It's like, oh, that used to be a famous saloon, and that's a hobo in front of it, squatting to take a shit. It's like, because we live on the most scenic route here in Albuquerque, Route 66, and we know how great that can be at some points. Yeah, I don't know. You can do anything from, go and get your head sliced off behind a Walmart over here to get carjacked. Come to Albuquerque. We're the scenic route. Dog sitting. if there's anything I have to say is I trust people with my dogs because my dogs are very, very low maintenance. But I don't trust myself around other people's dogs because I don't think they're as good as my dogs. Like, I just assume that I'm going to end up, I don't know, I feel like I'm going to turn into like the Nurse Ratched of doggy daycare. Like, you know, just judging them on everything that they do. I don't know. We have 2 dogs in our household. We love them. My boyfriend and I, they're our children. And one of them literally just sleeps all day. And the other one literally just stands by the door and barks at every single thing that he hears all day. And so between the 2 of them, one of them's going to end up getting murdered. And the other one's just going to sit there and watch it and not even wake up. I don't mean it to sound sad, but sometimes, like, I wonder, because, like, he sits there and he'll bark at everything. I'm like, I'm just waiting for somebody to bust in the door. And sometimes I yell at the dog because I go, they're going to come in here and kill you, and they're going to take me with you. They're going to be like, and this is for letting it happen. I'm like, what? I don't believe in boundaries or rules with my dogs. You know, they're just like me. You know, we both have like codependent relationships with our mothers. So, I mean, yeah, I basically just let it happen. Oh, I encourage you guys to stay and watch the rest of the show. It's a really good show. We have some awesome people coming up. All right, thank you guys so much.
All right, give it up for Angora again. And I forgot to mention the name of the podcast. It is Albu Crazy. Comes out every Wednesday? Every other Wednesday. A lot of good stuff. Angora and Tito Dameron, their podcast. Bye, Tito. See you later. Bye. She's leaving. Not performing. Next, our third comedian of the night. We have 2 more after that, I believe. Yeah. Third comedian of the night. I just did some stand-up in his basement last night. Told a lot of racist jokes. Went over pretty well. Give it up for Greg Jomek.
Hey guys, so before we get started, I just gotta point out, because I've been staring at this all day. This is kind of like the old lady face from the "Is that a pretty lady or an old lady?" That's all I can think about. But then I saw this kind of a face thing, and this is sort of like a man's mouth. I don't know what's going on, you guys. Okay, so I like to go to the gym, short for gymnasium. I don't, because I don't typically take good care of myself when I'm not there. So I try to like counteract that by just, going to the gym for an hour occasionally. And I think there's a lot of awful people that go to these places. Just people who wear like a towel, but it looks like a shirt. It's really gross. But I think the worst like character I saw at the gym was a guy he had like tight, expensive looking jeans on, like a glittery ass like Affliction shirt, and aviator sunglasses, while he was just like pumping iron, making a lot of noise, and just being like doing all of the worst things you could ever do at a gym. Because I think personally, I go to the gym in shame for how I treat myself. And then I just like, I don't want to make eye contact with anybody. But then when you see someone like that, you want to tackle them, but no one else is making eye contact, so you have no idea if anyone's got your back. I hope that everybody also agreed that that guy was terrible. And then if he just so happened to get choked by a stranger, we would all just let it happen. sunglasses indoors are a bad idea. Oh my God. So I used to have a fiance. Now she's not that. It's cool. She's nice now. But while we were thinking about getting married, I had this big fat cat named Kiki, and she would just bother the shit out of everybody. There was like 4 of us living in this house, and she would just kind of run around making loud noises. And I was like the only one who gave a shit about her. And it really put a strain on my awful relationship. But little Kiki was kind of like my other fiance, because I loved that little piece of shit, and and everyone hated her. And now I found out that my other fiance was hated by even more people, so that's fun. I think we should move on. No kill shelter. So that cat was out here. Started shitting all over my house after the divorce, I think. Just started destroying everything. I think she was as upset about everything as I was. So she was becoming such a menace. I decided I needed to take care of the situation, but I didn't want to necessarily have her killed. But I knew that was an option. So I ended up giving her away to a friend of mine who loves cats, who has way too many cats. I feel like there's nothing good enough about this cat situation I got myself in to keep talking about it. Jesus Christ. It's hot in here. Is it hot in here? All right. So I drink too much, and the only way that I can solve the problem of drinking too much is by smoking sometimes. And then when I'm not doing both of those things, I go to the gym and I get mad at strangers. And then I don't have anything for this. Holy shit. I'm just dying up here, you guys. Oh, Jesus Christ. So funny thing about improvisers, they're racist stand-up comics. It's actually just Dylan. It's actually not even Dylan, but I did have someone talk to me last night that was like, yeah, I really like the show. That guy did some stuff that I wasn't happy about. Yeah. And I was like, we're not making like light of racism. It's just that sometimes it's funny to be racist. What can I say? Because how else do you deal with something as stupid as racism besides laughing at it? And sometimes to show how dumb it is, you just have to be extremely racist. And then we all enjoy it for how goddamn stupid it is. So improvisers, I think, seem to be very in tune with that for whatever reason. Improvisers and then comics of color. That's the only other group of people that are aware of racist jokes or that do them, I think. Okay, last slide. So pejorative is a great word that I spent like 10 years trying to figure out what it actually meant. But I heard smart people using it all the time. And I would use it occasionally when I didn't know what it meant and just kind of hope for the best. But so somebody actually called me out for I misused it, and then I tried to like figure it out on the spot. Like, well, okay, pejorative. Its root word is jor. And then or pedge. I wasn't sure. I have rats involved, so rats are generally not liked. Unless are there rat likers here? Okay. Tiv is just a classic thing at the end of words in English. So I was having trouble. I was like, so Pedge or Jor. None of those ring a bell. So I was just kind of riffing. I was like, pejorative, like your pet, your Jor, when your Jor is bad, when your Pedge. Sometimes people are really, they are mean. And so I did this for about 5 minutes at a bar. And then I just had to walk away and go to the bathroom and think about what I'm doing with my life. Is it Jor? Is Jor a word? I don't know why I'm looking at you, Rusty. You know words. You've heard of them. You can play Jor on Scrabble? Okay. That could be worth a lot. J's are good, right? Okay. Jesus. All right. Well, this was something else. I worked on it. That's it. I just started hosting a comedy show every other weekend at my house. It's Greg's Comedy Basement at the world famous Comedy Basement. Basement. Oh, some of you guys have been there. All right, that's it. Bye.
Give it up for Greg. Greg and his amazing Comedy Basement. I'm not racist. I just don't like Jews. Thanks. I love Jews. They're great. So our next comedian, I just barely met, but she seems like a lovely person. I hear her name all the time, so she must be great, and you're about to find out. Oh, I also hear that she is pretty good musically. She has a lot of music talent. So for your next music show, give it up for Dawn Sherry. It's not a music show.
Thank you. I didn't realize I was known for my musicality here. Yeah, I was a low brass player, so you know what that means. Lots of mouth and throat and tongue control. So, I could see how that would spread like wildfire here. Anyway, no way. Okay, it's a TED Talk, guys. I'm glad you're here today because we are going to do a TED Talk on TED Talks. TED Talks have swept not only this nation, but this country. Because each and every one of you are important. And each and every one of you deserve to hear a live TED Talk. Even if you're not influential in any way, we don't judge you for that. Because the T stands for turds, like some of you out there. The E stands for elephants, like some of you guys out there, you know who you are. And D stands for ditzes and drama queens, like the rest of us, such as myself. Kind of ditzy, kind of a drama queen. My ditziness gets me into some drama with some elephants and turds. So here we are, making our own little drama machine at our TED Talk. So what is so fascinating about a TED Talk? And why do each of us want to do our own TED Talk? Is it because we're narcissistic? Is it because we live in a society where individuality is the most important thing and that being a part of someone else's individuality makes you important as well, but less important than them? What is it about a TED Talk that is so appealing? Is it maybe the hope that after the TED Talk, you will have discovered or uncovered some revelation, some challenge that you've had in your life, and you've figured it out, and now you're going to share it with the world, and they're going to figure it out too, and the world will be a better place because of your TED Talk. talk. So go out there and spread the nothing that is in your brain. And I assure you, you will feel more important. And so will each and every person who's listening to you. Thank you. I cannot believe he ate the whole thing. I can't believe it. I mean, I really can't. A bite, believable. A taste, a little nibble. But maybe it's one of those things that tastes better after the first couple of bites, and then you kind of get into it, and then it's like it doesn't really taste like anything anymore. You've already swallowed it a couple of times, ladies. You know what I'm talking about. So then the third or the fourth time isn't that big of a deal. Just keep on swallowing. That is one of my mottos. Keep on swallowing. Keep on, keep it on. Eat that whole thing. And it'll taste better towards the end. And then afterwards, it's like you accomplished something. And then people can't believe that you did it. Isn't that a good thing? Right? You're like being unbelievable. You're breaking the boundaries. You're eating the whole enchilada. Do you think it was an enchilada? Maybe it was a bad enchilada. Maybe it was a good enchilada. Maybe it was just big. Maybe it was an amazing enchilada that tasted really good, but then he ate the whole thing. Like, I don't know if they have like these pho places here where if you eat this huge bowl of pho, then you get it for free. You know what I'm talking about? They have it in San Francisco. And of course, they don't have it here. Okay, well, but we do have 1,000 Vietnamese restaurants that serve pho. So I believe that it's possible here. You can eat this huge bowl of pho, and if you eat the whole thing, then you get it for free. But if you don't eat it, the whole thing, then you have to pay like $30 or something like that, because it is a lot of pho. But I figured if you could take it home, then it's a win-win. You know what I mean? And that guy won. Ads for pads. Ooh, I totally want to write one. You know when you like watch a commercial and you know that you could do better? I know that I could do better. Because I think having a real ad for pads is to show what happens when you don't have a pad or you have the wrong pad. You know what I'm talking about, fellas, right? When you're sitting next to a chick, she kind of gets like freaky and paranoid. And then she gets up and she checks her seat, kind of rubs it a little, maybe sniffs it. Well, if it's dark, you know. Or it's a dark chair or dark couch. Ooh, I have a good ad for pad, and it's based on a true story. And it's about a restaurant I'm never going to go back to because I was soaking wet. That's right. It was in the pouring rain. And it's not the only thing that was pouring at that time. But I didn't know because I was already soaking wet. I was not naked. I was wearing jeans. So she not naked, but she soaking wet, okay? And couldn't feel anything other than being soaked. And I was in this lovely Persian restaurant. So there was like lots of pretty like pillows everywhere, right? And I get up and I had this huge stain. Huge. It wasn't a shit stain. Don't freak out, guys. It was just blood. Come on, I'm a human, right? Nothing to be scared of. I wasn't pregnant, so breathe a sigh of relief, but then what the hell am I going to do? So I grabbed another pillow and I put it over my pillow like a pro and paid, gave him a good tip, and I never went back to that Persian restaurant. That would have been a good ad for a pad because I would have paid some serious money for a pad to just put on top of that pillow to maybe soak it up a little bit, then put the other pillow and get the fuck out, you know? When you can't even. I know I can't even sometimes. I mean, like sometimes I can, but I don't want to, so I can't even. You know? Like, some people really annoy me, and when they really annoy me, I just can't even. You know? Or like, sometimes when I want to say something, but I know I shouldn't, I just can't even. Sometimes I can't even things out. like when I'm trying to cut a piece of paper, or like bangs. You cannot even when it comes to bangs. Because then you go like this, and it's not even, and then you go like that, and then it's not even. And I've had eye surgery, and I can't even hang a poster even. I can't even posters. I'm going to need to get a marketing woman, or man, or trans person. I want to be open to whoever wants to do my marketing and hang my posters, because I cannot even. I can't even. Thank you. You guys have been great.
Give it up for Don Sherry. We have one more comic of the night, but I do have a story very similar to Don's bleeding on at the Persian restaurant. So I was at a Thai restaurant, and my girlfriend gets out of the bathroom, and she sits down next to me, and she's like, "We got to get the fuck out of here now." I was like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And me and my friend are sitting there with her too, and my buddy Greg, and she says, "The bathroom, like it wouldn't flush." So I kept like hitting it, and then like there's water all over the bathroom. Like I got to get the fuck out of here. And we're like, "Don't worry, let's just finish our meal and we'll get out of here. Like they're not going to say anything. We're going to be fine." And then the waitress comes up and she hands us a check, and we had individual checks. And she's like, "Oh, I should charge you extra though because what you did to the bathroom." And me and my brother, me and my cousin, like we could not stop laughing. It's pretty amazing. So sorry I told that story, Jessica. So our last comedian, Rusty Rutherford, is rap extraordinaire. I should have saved your name for last. Rusty Rutherford.
Yeah. Let's keep it going for Dylan. Yeah. Dylan asked me 4 times how to say Don's last name. And I told him something slightly different each time to see how he would get it. Yeah, so we're gonna do we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna do a little gangster shit. I wear my Run DMC shirt. I got this at I think it was Ariel Postal. Sells Run DMC shirts now, so I'm preppy and hood, same time. All right. I can feel this shit. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Shit. Spit this shit. I don't even care. I met a girl, she had no hair anywhere. I checked here, I checked there. She was like a sweet Care Bear, but she was sour. I was like, fuck this shit. I raised my hand up and said, fight the power. We fucked for an hour, and then I looked in there. It turns out it wasn't her without hair, it was me. Snap, what's it be? I'm hung like a tree, Notorious B.I.G. Yeah. Here we go, I got a beard, I got a mustache. I like bangers and I like to watch MASH. That was a show about Vietnam in the 90s or 80s. I don't know, I like girls' heinies, they want my babies. Yeah, bangers, cub blangers. I'll bite your neck like vampire fingers. Put it up your anus, let it linger. Here we go, I'm a hip-hop singer. Yeah, and I'll spit this without hit this. Here we go, you know I'll never quit this. Yeah, whether it's good or bad, we got national weather service to be had. The wind's blowing. It's summertime, but it might be snowing tomorrow. That's Albuquerque. Keep your heads nodding like a motherfucking turkey. We got fires making the clouds smoky, so we can tell jokies in a basement. Next we'll be in an attic like some Anne Frank shit. I don't really know. That's how we go. Yeah, we're at this improv show. Oh yeah, my pants sag. I try not to use the word fag. Hashtag PC. That's who I be. Notorious B.I.G. I listen to Gwen Stefan, no doubt. I listen to her when I'm about to pull out, and then I put it back in. She's more than a friend, because you pull out, and then you put it back. And then you pull out, and then you put it back. And then you pull out, and then you put it back. Put it back, put it back, put it back, put it back. Rat-a-tat-tat. I'm a putty cat. I'll come through like a pudding snack. Oh yeah, I'm hit up with the cosplay. This ain't a Bill Cosby medley. Oh yeah, what do you say? Hip hop hooray, yeah, that's fame. I'm famous. Ignoramus, smack that anus. The numbers game. 1, 2, 3, that's lame. How many chicks have I been with? 4, 5, 6. How many chicks? Well, one had a dick, but I didn't know until halfway through, so I finished. Whatever, you had to straight to Plymouth. That's what I call the numbers game. You can play it if you choose it. This is hip-hop, it ain't shitty music like techno, no. That's how we go, techno, no. Here we go, yo, shitty music, number 2. That's the number for poo, 1 is P. Learn that from me. This just turned into an elementary school Elmo rap. We got puppets in the scrap. Yeah, here we go. It's like rat-a-tat-tat. I thought that was the light, but it turns out it's just a light. It's making my white skin extra white, extra white. I rap at night. I'll get you high like a motherfucking kite. Yeah, here we go, here we go. Where's the banjo? Where's the flutes? If I was a millionaire, I'd hire Bill Maloof. Maloof? Is that the guy that's got casinos in Vegas? Yeah, but he's from here, and he is the strangest. I was talking about instruments, heaven sent, Dumb and Dumber, play the drummer. Yeah, and I'm about to drop it like it's hot. I'll give you a rim job, then I'll give you a rim shot. I was getting there, I'm straight choosy. Boobs loosey, yeah, whistle when I twerk, whistle while I walk. Monica Lewinsky also gave a TED Talk, yeah. And you need to cut her some slack because women are allowed to get blowjobs and I'm all right with that. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to disregard you. I'm going to straight up Captain Picard you, retard you. Not in the offensive way. I just meant I'm going to take it slow today. Nice and slow. That's what I think. Have you ever grabbed Pepto-Bismol, took a shot and you're like, wrong drink, Pepto, but my stomach's flowing. Here we go. It's the hip hop showing. Color circuit. I hit this berserk shit. Yeah. I'll beam you up, Scotty, like some Captain Kirk shit. Captain Kirk, bottom feeder. Yeah, I heard Kendra's a good breeder, but she's not that great of a reader. She's not that great of a reader, but she tries to read Brooks. Brooks? Brooks, I have a friend named Andy Brooks. Yeah, grammar Brooks, grammar looks, lady looks. This one's a little jazzy, and it's a little soft. I'll cut to the last track. I'll turn my head and cough. Yeah, here we go. One more show, one more song. Strip you down to your thong. Oh, yeah. Dropping knowledge. MCs like to rhyme knowledge with college because it makes sense. It's like porridge. Collage? Is it collage? You looked and it made me second guess how I spell college. Is there an A? Is there an E? I don't really know. What did you see? It's a past eternity and we get a little physical. I spit this shit because I'm kind of a mental fool. Mental fool. We got this girl blowing hands, making them colors. I'm an undercover brother and I never wear a rubber except during sex. And sometimes other times too. Yeah, I'll find a girl, I'll undress her. Monica Lewinsky, tongue depressor. Yeah, pull those two together. I have a belt, it's fake leather. Oh no, I lost that along with my shoes. But here, I'll drop some clues like blues. Clues like blues, that's a show from Nickelodeon. Yeah, I'll probably talk about deep throating again. Oh, yeah, exhibit beat, come hither. Come hither, stay Hitler. I'm not a quitter. I keep going. Hitler should have quit a lot before he started showing. I don't know, I get girls' blouses. I get in girls' blouses. I tell hip-hop jokes in small white houses. Yeah, from here to Tauses, Rio Rancho, I am a macho fellow. I eat at Poncho's, the buffet, even though they're closed today. And they have been for about 7 years. And before I came to the show, I had about 7 beers. And when I go home, I'm gonna cry 7 tears. 1 for all my ex-lovers from the past month. Yeah. And I don't mean to front, I'm a little bit blunt and I'll get you high. Yo, cream of the crop, don't ask why. I drive a white Cadillac. And Kendra likes to ride me piggyback. Yo, around the room, sweep her off of her feet like a broom. Wants to be my groom, make her come too soon. Strips me down to my fruit of the looms. Undies, I'm a fungi like a mushroom, magic. Don't get no static. Thanks for the bad shit. This was an improv show. Hip Hop Nation. Hands in the air, yo, like a PlayStation. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm open 24/7. 7-Eleven. I like that movie. Lucky Number 11. Yeah. Starring Josh Hartnett. If I was a vato, I'd wear a hairnet, even though I'm bald. Your girlfriend called. She said, yo, Rusta Rhymes, meet me at the mall. Coronado? Yeah, she said, no, win rock. I want to play the claw game and win your cock. Put it in a sock, cause I heard you don't wear rubbers, and then you can take me under your cover, yeah. I don't fake it. I got the real shit, electric blankets. I turn my AC down to 46 degrees. I turn my fans on so there's a nice breeze, and then we get nice and chilly. Then I get you in my blanket, I'm a silly hillbilly. I'll never lip sync like Milli Vanilli. Milli Vanilli, Milli Vanilli. Yeah, that's how we do it, how we throw. Peace out, I'm done with this hip-hop show. Thanks for coming out, all 12 of you. That's how we spit, yo, that's how we do. I'm out. Rusta Rhymes, rustycomedy.com. Come check out my Fruit of the Looms. They're real.
God, Rusta Rhymes, everybody. Rusty Rutherford, rather. Give it up for him one more time. God damn it, that's so good. I didn't know anybody could rhyme 7 with Slevin so easily, so seamlessly, really. I don't even want to end this thing. Rusty should have ended this thing, but just to make sure that everybody can spread the word about Color Circuit, we're on Facebook.com/Color Circuit Live. We have a Twitter account, we have Instagram account, we have YouTube. We do everything, and we mostly do it live. This is one of the few times we do not do it live. But let's thank everybody that helped put this on. Kendra Brand, Scott. What's his last name? Scott Brown. And Bon Bolam, who's not here any longer. But they're all cool guys. And thank everybody for coming out today. You guys have been pretty amazing, helping us make this improv marathon a success. So thank you, and we'll see you guys later. Good night.